Hey, this is Aaron from the Horror Globe, and I just did this review, but I lost the beginning of it, so I'm redoing the beginning. The review is for the double feature of X-Ray and Schiziod. I hope you enjoy this. And I'm back. Anyway, they laugh at the Valentine, and he looks angrily from the window. Comedically angry. The guy's name is Harold, by the way. The kid's name is Harold, just to let you know right away. And Harold is a twisted little kid, so she goes in to cut up a Valentine's Day cake that she has there, and I swear to God, she takes a machete out of her drawer, because in this movie, everybody in the movie has to look menacing, even though this is way before, the whole killings and stuff we're going to start. She takes what looks like a machete out of it in a homage to Halloween, where he takes a knife. Imagine that, just like it keeps going, like that scene in Star Wars at the beginning with the ship, or 2001, with your choice. It's like that, but with the knife. She cuts the cake with a machete that she happens to have in her drawer, and after that, basically, she comes back out and she screams because the little kid Harold has taken the other kid that was laughing and smashed his head into the rack that hangs the coats on, and because basically his eye is hooked. You don't get to see it very well, but the eye is hooked into the rack like that, and he's dead, obviously. And then it goes to so many years later, 10, 15, I don't know. And she's going to get a routine checkup done at that. Well, she's going to get results of a routine checkup that she had done. So she gets there, and first she sees her husband, who wants her to take her daughter, her ex-husband, and he looks at her angrily and really suspicious, like he wants to kill her. And but she says, "I got to get this, and I'll come get my daughter later." And he just looks really freaking suspicious. Then her boyfriend comes, and it's kind of a bland character, not much to him there. And he goes to wait in the car for her. And she goes into the doctor's office, but before this, we see a guy come in, and he's got a mask on, a doctor's mask and stuff, and the hat on, the doctor's hat thing down. So, and he kills her doctor in a slightly comical fashion. He's very stiff. The guy moves like this. The Frankenstein monster had more like actual animation in his body than this guy does. And so then he changes her report, her medical thing. So she has to stay there for longer. Now, then she meets a doctor named Dr. Saxon, and he's menacing. And there's a janitor who is also menacing. And there's a drunk type guy going around the hospital all the time, kind of a pervy guy, and he's very menacing. Everybody. There's two female nurses, and the killer's male. There's two female nurses, and they're going around menacing. Like, seriously. Obviously, we know that this is going to be Harold, but they're trying to disguise who the killer is. So, let's go through this. There's the janitor that dies right after finding her actual doctor. There's the mysterious Dr. Saxon. And he's always got a menacing music when he comes up. And there's one doctor that doesn't have any menacing music, and it's not menacing. It doesn't seem menacing at all. Named Harry. And there's two nurses, and there's the drunk guy, and the short drunk guy. Yeah. So we're supposed to wonder who the killer is. I'm guessing he's killing out people in very comical ways. This would be basically, you'll see it'll be in a shade, kind of a silhouette, and then you'll see ketchup go all over the place. It's absolutely ludicrous. There's one scene where she's having a checkup, where Dr. Saxon basically, okay, imagine you're in there with the doctor, and you've got just like the thing on the gown thing. So what first thing he does is he comes in and he takes the gown off of her, so that she's, she's just wearing her panties, she's topless, and it's quite the great sight. But then he takes her hair and brushes it up front, and does a really creepy and extremely long checkup. It's really weird. So, but luckily she trusts the other doctor, Harry, to be the one to tell her the truth. And later on, she gets the boyfriend. By the way, the boyfriend's out in the car this time. She's like going through all these checkups. They actually check her into the hospital. She's got to stay in overnight, and she doesn't want to stay in. And she's telling people that she's seen dead people. She's seen people that have gotten killed, and they're like, nobody's believing her. They're like tying her to the hospital thing. She sees when the doctors get killed. Harry tries to tell her that she doesn't belong in there, and he's going to try and get her out. And do you want me to spoil this for you on like who the killer is? Well, all I'm going to say is that the little boy's name was Harold. The little boy's name was Harold. And it is that obvious. It really, really is that obvious. Did I enjoy the movie? Yeah, I did. It was cheesy. It was really bad. But Barry Benton was beautiful as always. The movie was horribly done. But I had fun with it. It was, you know what it's going to be. You know it's going to be a bad slasher movie. You're going in to see that. And for what it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. So yeah, definitely check it out. If you don't want to buy it, it's definitely a rental. It's a Redbox rental if you don't want to buy it. But me, I love this cheesy slasher stuff. I like the really bad stuff, and this one really is really bad. I'm not gonna lie to you on that one, but I enjoyed it. Now with Schiziod, had a much stronger cast. Schiziod, if you look at the cast of Schiziod, it's actually really good. We got Klaus Kinski, we got Craig Wasson in this one, Donna Wilkes, of course, from Angel. We have Richard Hurd from V in this as well. Joe Rugabudo, I think, from Murphy Brown, is in this. Just an incredible cast of characters, like actors in this thing. But at the beginning of the movie, even though this is a mystery, and you're not supposed to slash, they show the killer's face. I don't know if it was supposed to be more. Maybe I don't know if it was on Blu-ray. If it was maybe you couldn't see it as well on VHS or back in the day, but you can clearly see the killer's face in the opening murder sequence of the film. Kind of takes away the now. Oh, also Christopher Lloyd is in this film as well. So this film is stacked with actors. They tried to lean it towards a couple people, like Christopher Lloyd. They tried to lean it towards him a bit. They really tried to lean it towards the daughter, Donna Wilkes, and the Klaus Kinski basically plays this psychiatrist, and there's this group therapy session that he does, and he's banging every girl in the group therapy session. He's really dating one, but he's banging the rest of them like crazy. There's a hooker, prostitute, stripper, whatever. He's banging her. There's another girl, he's banging her. I think it's kind of insinuated that he did the old lady too. This is not like a young group of girls, by the way. There's a bunch of nudity. There's some awkward, violent sex. Well, not violence. It was just rough sex scenes in it. Overall, I gotta say, it was it was fun. A lot of nudity, and if you're watching a slasher movie, I suppose there's deaths are good. It's the weapon of choice is an oversized pair of scissors. Like, imagine the type you see if you're like if you're doing one of those openings of a place, something like that. Maybe not that oversized, but pretty oversized scissors. The killer is very much Giallo inspired. It's the whole black hat type killer type thing with the black gloves and that. And there's some great sequences in the film. And what keeps this film going, even though you really do know the killer is from the beginning, is that we do have such great character actors in this film. Klaus Kinski is a fantastic actor. Christopher Donna Wilkes, of course, who's most famous for Angel. She gets her nude scene in there as well, with her dad leering at her. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, kind of not explained. It's strange. Yeah, there's a ton of nude scenes, so from different actresses in there, so that's great. The kills are done pretty well. Not overly gory, but there's a couple there. It's a very Giallo-inspired film. Enjoyed the film. I would have liked that if we hadn't seen the killer. Would I have guessed the killer anyway? I probably would have, even if you hadn't seen who it was. When you watch the movie, maybe you'll notice. Yeah, you'll notice. You'll see the killer's face, really. Even if you haven't seen that, I knew the actor right away because I knew who the actor was. But even if you don't know who the actor is, it's you see the killer. You see his face, and then it goes to like a scene or two later, and you see him like dude, that's the killer. It's pretty obvious. And again, I had fun with this movie. I enjoyed it. Not as badly made as X-Ray, and the killings are done. Like X-Ray is kind of silly bloody, but the Schiziod is fun, and it's again it's exploitation. It's what it's meant to be. It's an exploitation slasher film, but it's just such a strong group of actors in this type of film. It's kind of surprising, and in a good way. So Kinski is this weird self, but he's not as weird as he normally is. He actually comes off as a creepy but slightly caring person, and a bit of an ass. Yeah, a lot of an ass. He's an ass. His character is an ass. The female lead in this one, God, I should remember her name, but I don't remember it right now. But she's solid in it. Craig Wasson does an extremely good role. Christopher Lloyd in the part that he has is actually pretty good. Very different role for Christopher Lloyd. Very simple starting role. Donna Wilkes helps steal the show with her character of the teenage daughter that's pretty realistic to what you think teenager is going to be like if her mom's died and stuff like that. It's just a daughter has a crap load of issues. But overall, would I recommend these movies? Schiziod would definitely be a buy for me. So I would buy the X-Rated Schiziod Blu-ray if you're a fan of slasher films and if you're a fan of any of those actors or actresses. They are fun. There's a couple features on them, a couple interviews that I found very, very interesting and enlightening, and especially the Donna Wilkes one. But the one with the director from X-Ray was fun too. Kind of a hilarious film. X-Ray is. Schiziod's a fun film. Neither one of these are like Oscar winners, but you're going into watching a slasher film, and like kind of a gory slasher film, and you know what you're getting. You're going to get nudity. You're going to get some blood. Hopefully, you're going to get some kind of semi-creative kills, or at least a killer using a decent weapon, and that's pretty much what the movies are. I enjoyed them. I really did. Everybody is not going to. Some people are going to look at it and just find it stupid, but those people probably aren't the type of people that are going to watch a Friday the 13th, or they're definitely not going to watch a Terror Train or something like that. And this review is focused on people that are watching Terror Train, that are watching Friday the 13th, that'll watch something like The Final Exam, or The House of Drip Blood, stuff like that. Anyway, guys, my review time here is almost up. I'm your Canadian Connection Aaron, and right now it is time for tea.